You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
I am an outsider.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Come on. Come on. Really?
Do you smoke crack cocaine?
Exactly.
Let's give the people what they came for.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
Mr. Prime Minister, will there always be a Canada?
There will always be a Canada.
All right, elbows up.
Elbows up.
It's like people only do things because they get paid. And that's just really sad.
Ready? Are you ready? Get them out of here! Get them out of here! Get the hell out of here!
Enough with the woke shit!
So the answer to that is to stop being stupid.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Okay. No. We'll do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Get your special sock out, nerds. It's gonna get good.
Is the federal government stealing from us? Are they sabotaging our industry? Are they taking us down the path to communism? Are they censoring us? Are they stealing our guns from us? Come on, let's go!
Let's fucking go.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unhinged Fringe here on the channel on Wednesday nights. It's so great to be with you guys live, and we have a lot to talk about tonight. I don't know if you know this, but there's a trade deal going on. Little bit of a trade deal. It's not going to work out so well for Mark Carney, but we're going to get into it tonight. We're going to talk about it. Look at this, almost 600 of you by the end of the intro. That is power. I love seeing it in this stream. You guys are doing fantastic. This means we got some new viewers in here tonight. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't yet, folks. Let's get 1,000 likes by the 1 hour mark. 1,000 likes. We're giving away a t-shirt tonight. Make sure you get them in. It's free, easy to do. Hit the little thumbs up button below the video. 1,000 likes by the 1 hour mark. We're doing a giveaway. Over 500 in support. Why is Mike bringing this up? What is going on with the stream? Oh, people screwing around here in the background. Guys, more than 500 in support in super chats, memberships, anything else. We're giving away a hoodie tonight on top of our giveaways. So without further ado, let's get into tonight's show. We got a lot of time. Look at this, Ted coming in. First time. We'll go easy on you. Everybody remembers their first. Welcome into the stream. Everybody was happy when we had all three of our amazing co-hosts on. Well, two of our three co-hosts on Monday night. Tonight, it wouldn't be a show without bringing in my hetero life mate, Matt. Welcome back. Good to have you, brother. How are you?
Just trying to get by. And, you know, every time we do a show, I'm just like, there can't be anything to talk about. Like, since we started doing both of us on Mondays as well. And I'm like, oh, I used all my stuff I had to talk about on Monday. What am I going to talk about on Wednesday? And lo and behold, more madness. It never stops. There's always more. It
never ends. Politics, it never ends. It never ends. And you know what? Everybody was saying, well, what about Mike? Are you guys going to bring Mike in? We tried. We really tried, guys. We wanted all three of us in the stream. I told you guys it was going to happen, but unfortunately, we had to bring in a guest tonight. Lee will be joining us for an interview tonight, as well as many other things we have to talk about. Lee has infiltrated Unacceptable Fringe. Lee, I guess, welcome to the show. Look, even his mic isn't working. His elbows are up so high, even his microphone isn't working.
Hello, elbows up, elbows up. I've infiltrated the Fringe. Mike will not be joining you tonight. He's off doing man things. I think he was fixing a lawnmower or some thing like that, and I think he's going cougar hunting this afternoon. Came down from the cut line, so man things. Guys, I'm here to I really wanted to come on to be able to talk to you guys about the Forever Canada movement, where we're at, and all the benefits that staying into the country will bring you. Very important. So with that, 2 elbows up. And of course, I did have my sign here that Thomas Lukasik himself gave it to me. Not so much, but I'm going to say it anyway. So very important, very important. So with that, guys, I'm going to be critiquing everything you say because this is a show full of seppies. The audience are nothing but seppies, and disgust me.
Oh, come on, Lee. Hey, wait a minute. Is that an Every Lives Matter shirt you're wearing?
That is 100% because every lives in Canada matters.
Oh my goodness.
Canada matters.
Uh-huh. Do the spirits talk to you, Lee?
I had to make a donation when I bought this shirt, so it's very important.
I gotta ask, how is the bed in the Unity bus? Is it comfy?
Honestly, you wouldn't be privileged to that information. Only me and my BFF, Thomas Lukasik. Yeah, that's the Thomas Lukasik for everyone to know. I didn't have spend much time on the bed. There was no 4 a.m. TikTok videos. But like I said, it does smell wonderful in there. It smells exactly what a 90s RV you would expect it to smell like. Very important. It smells like Unity, Matt. You freaking steppy. It smells like Unity.
All right, guys, let's get a roll call going on in the chat before we get into
Bring on the steppies. Bring on the steppies. Call them out. Call them out.
Let me know where you're watching from. If it's your first time, let us know in the chat.
Yeah, the
Here we go.
Burn in hell.
Let's go. Let's go. We got Robert coming in, Hamilton in the house. Welcome in. We got, it's Ashley coming in from Lethbridge. Carol and Gerald are joining us from Calgary. Delphine's in from Fort Mac. Feisty Fry's in from Calgary. Kick Lee in the balls. LOL kidding. Well, I don't think we can do that over camera, but I'm sure somebody could do it.
Good luck.
Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is coming in from Lethbridge. Anne's coming in from Edmonton. We've got Armor of God. I am not a Seppi. I'm an Albertan and a culturalist. There you go. Welcome in.
I'm never going to be able to keep it together through all this.
Derek's coming in from
Of course
Carson.
not, you dirty Seppi.
D. Roberts coming in from Chicago. Welcome in. It's good to have you in here. We've got Guy Hodgins in from Medicine Hat. We've got Mosh Sheckelberg coming in. Smells like lube.
No,
Yikes.
it smells like unity and keeping this country together. Absolutely.
Oh no. Holding my nuts coming in from Hamilton. Good to have you.
Nuts for Canada.
Mandalore's reporting in from Highway 2 on a meat delivery. I've counted 3 Gary truckers broken down so far. Millions must go. There you go. Welcome in, Mandalore. Good to have you. David Brewer's coming in from Springfield, Missouri. David Anderson is coming in from Arkansas. We got Greg coming in from Provost, Alberta. Sean's joining us from Spruce. We've got Kelly in from Rimby. We've got Mystic Meow coming back in from Calgary. Rodney's coming in from Newfoundland. Squid's joining us from Calgary as well. Mike's in from Ampere, Ontario. Soon to be moving to Calgary for a new job offer.
Okay, I'm tired of this. It's Arn Pryor. It's Arn Pryor, Ontario.
I know.
Arn Pryor. Get it right, you dirty Seppi. Arn Pryor. For people that
I'm
don't
just having fun, man.
Mike did work at the GM dealer in Arn Pryor at one point. But anyway, that's
Oh, you know a lot about Mike. Are you stalking Mike?
Of course I am. I'm sitting in his wife's craft room right now while he's outside doing man things. Arguing with you disgusting seppies sitting here trying to destroy the country, just making it, thinking it's going to be wonderful. You need us.
Oh boy. Night of Falima's in from Red Deer. Badass Custom Coatings is in from Cochrane. We've got Randy coming in from Ottawa. The Truth in from the west side of Edmonton. Peyton's coming in from Grand Prairie. We've got Borg Warner coming in from the Wolverine State. Welcome in from Michigan. Some tall guy, Grand Prairie. Ryan's coming in from Rimby. Thank you. We've got Julie Fraser in from Leduc. And a fight to the end's coming in from Calgary. Guys, I gotta get caught up. I can see all of our American viewers. You guys are wonderful. We love our American viewers. You guys are the best. Coming on in. We got to get into the stream, guys. There's a lot to unpack tonight. First, I got to get some supers out of the way. Greg being a member for 10 months. Trump really wants to help Alberta. He's doing a good job. We're going to talk about that. Dutchie slapping it down. Good to see him back in here. And from the bottom of my heart, Dutchie, welcome back. Good to have you back in. God bless an independent Alberta. Thank you so much. Good to have you. And I'm sure that'll fire Lee off. Kevin in with a $5. Did Mark's Carney and the Liberals surrender to Trump by lowering their elbows because their arms got tired? Were the Liberals disarmed? Well, we'll get into that as well. Trump, God, Emperor of MAGA kind, $2 super chat. Where is he? Where's Mike? Sorry, wrong character. There you go. Steve Jensen in with a $20. The town of Strathmore tried to tell Chris Scott and LTA that they were not allowed to partake in the constitutionally protected right to meet and have a political dialogue in the public parking lot. Not in town, or a lot in town. Sorry, he said no. Don't worry, we're going to talk about that.
Where do they think they could do? They could just go into towns, go into public areas, and sit there and aggravate the entire, community about things about independence. This is Canada, goddammit.
How do you feel about the Unity bus being able to park in these lots and have meetings, but the Alberta bus being unable to do so?
It should only be the Unity bus. It should only be it. Even if we have to push it in because the alternator broke, it doesn't matter. It should only be red carpets should be assembled. People on those like long horns, like the Kings are coming. It's only, it should be grand openings. And honestly, I don't think you guys know how close I am with Thomas. Have you been on the bus? Have you? I have.
No, I don't want to go on the bus.
He messages me all the time. We talk about IKEA furniture, the use of lingonberry, interior decorating tips on RVs, good stuff. And then you got Chris Scott and his big flamboyant, oh, look at my big dick bus, and just driving around thinking he can go around, just promote independence like it's actually going to happen. Disgusting. Okay. All of you disgusting.
Hang in there, Lee. Hang in there. We got Dutchie moving to Spruce with the $70 super chat. I knew it got sunnier here today. Thank you, Dutchie. That's awesome. Can't wait to have you as a part of our town. Panina with a $2. Fringe makes my whole week. I try. Greg coming in. Let's get those likes in, guys. Absolutely. Get him in. Fire him in, guys. 1,000 likes by the 1 hour mark. We're giving away a shirt. Carol and Gerald with a $2. Lee, give us one reason to stay in Canada.
I give you 5. 1, because I said so. 2, because Luke Hazik said so. 3, because you need us. 4, because we're better than you. And 5, more importantly, it all belongs to us. You try to leave, we're going to make sure it doesn't happen. So it's not a matter if you can leave. It's a matter of, are you going to be able to leave?
Oh, wow. That's
it's all elbows, baby. It's all okay. Elbows. We own the boomer vote. You guys are screwed. We own the boomer vote.
Grumpy Albertan with a $5 hello from Vulcan. Hey, Lee, can you give me a reason to stay in Canada? We just went through that. Thank you, Grumpy Albertan. Kevin with a $2. Keystone XL is the key to independent Alberta win. I think so. We'll talk about that tonight. Commando Solo with a $5. Carney supporters, you just went from elbows up to face down, ass up. How do you feel with companies leaving and all the job losses? Yeah, Lee, how does that make you feel? All those companies leaving Canada, mostly Ontario and Alberta.
Where are you getting this propaganda from? I mean, have you not talked to Thomas Lukasik? Have you not talked to the Forever Canada people? The economy's up. We're doing better than we ever have. Businesses are coming here. Immigration is coming here because of us. This is because we are the place for business. All the lies about, oh, we're the lowest in the G7. Oh, all our businesses are leaving. That's dirty, seppy propaganda. You should all be ashamed of yourselves.
So diversity is our strength, is what you're saying.
Of course it is. Diversity, indigenous rights, women's rights, other people's rights that haven't come here yet. The fact that you're against all this just proves how disgusting and racist you people are. Disgusting.
Oh, I got to start questioning why we bring guests on the show. I mean, I thought this was...
Because I'm keeping it alive, baby. I'm keeping the movement alive.
I thought this was going to be a civil discussion, and it's all about unity, apparently. Gerald being a member for 8 months. My middle name is Lee. We are not related, says Gerald. I mean, that's good, I guess. Jeff with a $2. Lee, did you get a Thomas Lukasik blow-up doll?
It's on order on Amazon, $37.99.
Oh, my goodness. Carol coming in with $2. Sorry, I'm a boomer. You don't have my vote.
Liar.
There we go. Paniner, Lee, are you the little spoon with Tommy?
Obviously, what kind of stupid question's that? Obviously, I'm the little spoon. If you're in the presence of the great Thomas Lukasik, you're obviously going to be second string. You're never going to be lead violin. The hell is wrong with you people? This is the problem, Derek. your entire audience, nothing but seppies, nothing but independence-minded people, nothing about strong-willed individuals. It honestly, it disgusts us. We need to break them down and brainwash them all so that they can come to the Forever Canada side, so they can understand the benefits of being in the unity movement.
Well, it seems to me, Lee, that a lot of people don't see the benefit from being in the movement, for your side of the movement anyways. Folks, if you want to see something cringe, I don't know how many people caught this over the weekend or during the week here, Canada Proud showing this is so cringe. How did Nenshi think it was a good idea to post this? Let's take a look at Nenshi at this parade over the weekend and how well did that bode for him. Notice nobody's looking at him. Nobody's paying attention. Nobody's clapping for him as he wears his maple leaf shirt and says how fabulous it is to be there. Guys, just take a look. You can't pay for this kind of publicity.
Good morning. It's a great day for a parade. Great to see you all. Great day to be Canadian.
Literally no one cares.
Good morning.
How cringe is that?
And the crowd goes mild.
Looking slim. Honestly, the Ozempic's working. He's looking good. Looking good.
He's looking good.
His face is starting to get the Ozempic melt thing, but I mean, he's looking good.
I don't see anybody clapping for Canada. I don't see anybody cheering for.
They don't have to clap. It's a silent movement. They don't.
It's
have
a silent movement. You know, I think President Trump weighed in on Nenshi at the parade, and well, let's take a look at what he had to say.
Go ahead and call your dads, tell them about your alternative lifestyle as a gay communist, and then who knows, maybe eat a lollipop. I don't know what flamers do with their time, but I'd imagine it's something along those lines.
Yeah, definitely along those lines. I think Nenshi was there for the wrong kind of parade. I think he was there for a different kind of parade.
Derek, the Fringe can't repel cringe of that magnitude.
Matt, you look like you were going to say something. You're not even in Alberta. You're sitting there in Manitoba talking to me like you know some shit's going on. The hell is wrong with you? Oh, I'm all pro-Alberta independence, even though I'm stuck in a terrible province. Look at me go. Oh, no.
I bet you love my premier.
Yeah, you know what? The thing is Wab Kinuwa, he's an institution. Honestly, the fact that you guys elected your first, how would I say it?
You got to be PC.
Member of a wonderful community that embraces the culture that he's from. It's just wonderful. And honestly, it brings the shirt to life. It brings it shows how unified we are in Canada by bringing in such a wonderful premier. Honestly, and you know, the fact that he's got some dirty some luggage, he's got some dirty baggage, he's got a little bit of a shady thing. I think it just puts a little bit of spice in there. Just a little bit of spice. Makes it interesting. You're just a racist. Okay.
Alexander with $5. Hello, Alberta from Crow's Nest Pass. I'd just like to see what would happen if Canada after today. Lee, can you wave that sign, please? Lee, you're pretty proud of that sign. I mean, let's be honest. That's like your lifeblood, apparently.
You should see the bumper sticker. I got it on the hybrid outside.
Thomas Lukazik handed him that sign personally.
Thomas Lukazik gave me a tour of the bus, you jackass.
Did he wipe the sign on his gooch before he handed it over to you?
No, it wasn't that intimate.
Oh,
so
you go with that.
You've dropped down a mark.
I have a question for you, Lee. What is the best part about being a forever Canadian? Is it the part where you get to sit in the cuck chair and record your wife having sex with other men? Is that your
the hell did you come with that? The hell? You guys got to sit here and tell me that? The hell? First of all, I'm in one of those open relationships, but it has nothing to do with the chair. And, you know, honestly, it's not my fault I call the chair Lenore. You know what? We all have a first name for the chair, you piece of shit. And you know what? Screw this. Screw you, Fringe. Screw you, Matt. I thought I was going to come in here and have a serious conversation about people talking about how we should stay part of Canada because y'all a bunch of dirty seppies. The chat's full of them. And now, you guess what? I'm getting attacked. You know what? Screw you. Screw you guys. Screw your movement. And I'm out.
Oh, no. Lee left. He left. Lee left. Oh, I guess
I broke him.
For him. We broke Lee. It was too much for Lee. Gerald, the $2, you're fighting a losing battle. Guys.
Is there people in the chat who don't know the joke? Because I feel like there's some in there who don't get the joke.
Hang on a second here. Grumpy Albertan, $5. Did you see the Per Monsters announcement saying the independent movement is following, harassing them. Clearly not true. Lee, if you guys don't know about Lee, Mike infiltrated Forever Canada a few weeks ago. He went on the bus. He got on Tommy's bus. He pretended to be a Forever Canadian. We got photos and everything. So Lee decided to join us tonight. For anybody who doesn't get the joke yet, we do have newcomers. But there you go.
I've been laughing the entire time.
Mr. Biggs, I bet Lee Purse on Tommy in the bus. Oh, no. We got Carney. Tell Mike if he has any sheep or goats, he better hide them. Oh, guys, get your minds out of the gutter. Harley Squirrel, that's the $5 ain't Nenchi. Read the crowd. You should have untucked. We're going to get canceled tonight. Greg with a $14. On my way to Kiera Empress today. I have seen a few farmers with Alberta flags and signs supporting the independence, and lots of small towns with Let Alberta to signs up. Albertans will be surprised on October 19th. I think so. We're going to talk a lot about that tonight. I got a lot of stuff to bring up about Alberta. In fact, why don't we get into some of it? We'll get into some of it right now while Lee is having his little temper tantrum. Captain McGunty coming in with $5. Hey, Lee, have you been to have you been a third with Thomas and oh god, we can't read that out yet. Guy, Captain McGunty, you're gonna get me canceled. You guys are all gonna get me canceled.
We're all getting C9'd.
As soon as we talked about his chair Lenore, it's like everybody said, okay, let's get under the gutter. Let's get it out there. Let's start throwing it at the stream. Can't do that, guys. Come on. We gotta survive somehow. We gotta keep it up. By the way, how's the likes going, guys? Where are we at for the likes? How are we doing on the likes department? You guys got almost 40 minutes to hit 1,000 likes. We're over halfway there. 1,000 likes, and we're doing a giveaway at the 1 hour mark. There you go. We do got to talk about the behavior that's going on, behavior that's happening in or around Alberta, because it's insane. They're scared. They're running scared. They're scared shitless, and we're going to touch on that. Let's bring in what was going on. Let Alberta decide. Now, we had Keith Wilson on the show, and he was talking about this ages ago, saying that, you know, when a sign gets destroyed, they're just going to put another one up. We're going to be relentless, absolutely relentless when it comes to the campaigning. One of our Calgary signs was vandalized with "No to the 9." That matters. This wasn't just random graffiti. "No to the 9" is political messaging being used by opponents of the referendum questions. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were targeting. Our response, we're tripling our current number of signs across Calgary. You don't win a political debate by destroying signs. So the "No to the 9" guys clearly went out and vandalized Keith's signs and Tanya's signs. So they're going to triple the number of signs they're putting out. That's how you win, folks. That's how you win. The
sign just got 10 feet bigger.
Yep. It's you cut off one head, 3 more emerge. They're like a hydra. This is how it's going to happen. Like, oh, hey, Mike came in. Mike, what gives? You were out fixing equipment? What happened?
I was outside dealing with some stuff, and next thing I know, I just hear a bunch of yelling and stuff like that. I've never seen a Prius drive away so fast in my life.
Oh, geez.
How did you guys do to Lee?
I mean, he wasn't in a good mood when he got here. I got to be honest. He was a little aggressive, Mike.
Of course he was.
Rude to our audience.
Well, yeah, he hates everyone. You guys got to realize he's in a terrible relationship. He's not happy. He's really worried about the whole elbows up campaign thing. You know, I mean, he's been having
not a campaign.
He's not a campaign. He's been having deep conversations with our boy Thomas Lukazik. So I don't know. I think it's He's not, honestly, guys. He's not a bad guy deep down, but I mean, this stuff just gets him worked up. What you said something offensive, didn't you?
Probably. Not at all. Never. I never say anything offensive. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. How dare you?
I trust my friends.
All right, there you go. Let's bring in what happened tonight, because Steve Jensen mentioned this earlier. The town of Strathmore has reportedly blocked Chris Scott's Let's Talk Alberta event, even going as far as to call the police. A municipal government should never silence lawful political discussions. So the municipal government has come in full force to stop a bus from coming into town. A bus. Heaven forbids people have their own opinions or the right to choose. We're just going to block it and pretend it's not there. We're going to be ostriches and stick our heads in the ground and pretend we don't see it. Right?
It's a public park, and most of the people there were citizens of the town, and they wanted to talk to Chris. And he came with his bus, which is way nicer than the Unity bus, by the way. I'd just like to throw that out there. And the RCMP were called, and they kicked him out. They said, you can't have this here. You can't be here.
Yeah, I saw the video
Which
on
is
this.
completely against the law, by the way.
Yeah,
I'd say according to what laws.
And as long as they like they can't even go after him for trying to stage an event, because honestly, it's anything less than 50 people. You don't need to get any permits or anything like that. So, I mean, this was just some negative Nancy's, some elbows up Karens calling the city or the town and being like, you can't let this happen and blah, blah, blah. We're offended.
It's straight up political persecution and against the charter, although we know what that piece of paper is worth.
Yeah.
This isn't the People's Republic of China. We have the right to open debate. We have the right to discussion. We have the right to free will, the right to expression. It's in our Charter of Rights. It's not, you have the right to come to our town if we say so. I am so over this. Like, how do you tell the province you're scared out of your wits than by doing this?
Well,
how do you not admit we're winning by doing this?
Well, even so, like, he's not a TPA. He wasn't there selling anything. He wasn't there promoting anything. He just went to go have some conversation with some local people that were supporting him. So, I mean, just having a little meetup in the freaking park. I'm like, would it have been any worse if they took out a soccer ball and started an impromptu soccer game? No. And the fact that he had 3 RCMP cars sent on him, police officers, and had to get in a conversation with the town's manager. And then eventually agreed, yeah, you're not doing anything wrong. Well, of course not. This is stupid. You're right. This is persecution at its finest. Lee would have loved this shit.
Look, Wendy, I disagree with this. Start boycotting Strathmore. No, you know what we need to do? We need to talk to Al Burton. We need to talk to John Bolton. Everybody. We need to go do a roll into Strathmore with all the flags, all the buses, all the signs. Efforts must be doubled. Let's get in there and show the people of Strathmore how Alberta does it. I think that's the only reasonable response. If they don't want you to be there, it's just like they did in Tabor. We go there en masse and we say, it's our rights. We have the right to speak. We're going to go through there. That's my recommendation. That is my prescription that I write to the town of Strathmore. Take 2 of these and call us in the morning. We should go through full bore.
I want to see sign drop-off locations. I want to see banners being hung. I want to see some of the big the big 6-foot ones getting put up.
There's a lot of things I want to see. But guys,
what's new in the grift shop today?
Speaking of,
let's talk about the grift shop. If you guys want to go get the Alberta Can Do Better, I want to see everybody wearing these if we go to Strathmore. I want to see everybody wearing these at the rally. If I won't be able to be at the rally at the end of the month, but I'm going to be at the rally in October. I want to see them there. I want to see them in photos at the rally at the end of the month. I want to see them in Strathmore. The Alberta Can Do Better shirt, the Human Billboard shirt, in this shirt. 20% off for the next 5 days, folks. Everything in the shop. And we're not taking a dime of profits. They're all going towards TPAs, the third-party advertisers. So on the front, Alberta Can Do Better. The top 10 reasons Alberta would benefit from staying in Canada. To be clear, catalyze. Yes, we spelt it properly. Some people didn't get the joke. So for anybody who ordered the first one, you've got a limited edition. Look inside yourself. I want to be perfectly clear. New World Order, joining the EU. The time for nostalgia is over. We will enter a new trade agreement with China instead. And who cares? So everybody should wear these. We got an assortment of colors. We've got them in Alberta blue as well. That's not the Alberta blue. I always mess up and click on the wrong Alberta blue every single time. I can't find it on here. Go and get your shirts. Let's wear these to Strathmore when we go in there and tell them Alberta can do better. And really hammer it home. I think that's what we need to do. Again, no profits going to the store, folks. There's a link in the description down below. Make sure, I got to bring it up. Make sure when you're in there, you hit the little redeem button at the top before you place your order to save 20%. Get yourself something nice. You're helping support TPAs. If you're outside of Alberta, I'm donating my profits on your behalf. So you can actually help the movement by buying something from the store. It doesn't have to be one of those shirts. It can be any shirt from our store, folks, and it's all going to TPAs. Make sure to hit the redeem button.
Why you no bring the gun to me and then I give you $25 gift card to Tim Horton?
Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Do not redeem it! Why you redeem it?
All right, let's get a few super chats out of the way, and then I got to talk a little bit more about Alberta before we get to the main event here. Commando Solo with a $5. Guys, I just asked AI how many jobs were lost since Carney became prime minister. It said between 86,000 to over 100,000 have been lost, with more expected. We're going to talk about that as we get into the trade deal, the supposed deal. It's a deal for the United States. It's not for Canada, but keep that in mind. We will talk about that. Feisty Fry, $10 super. Lee didn't bite his elbow on the way out. Oh, yikes. Greg with a 279. Can we still make donations to Let Alberta Decide? Yes, you can. If you head over to albertatelethon.com, there's a link there, or you can go to letalbertadecide.com, either page to make your donations. And you're able to make them at any point.
Robert, that's disgusting.
You must be a resident in Alberta to make a donation to them. Or again, buy something from our shop and we'll make those on your behalf. Steve Jensen with a $5. Chris spoke to the city manager, told him the way it is, and stayed. These commies are out of control. I'm glad he stayed. I still think we need a slow roll through Strathmore. And I think it should be led by Chris Scott's bus. Alberta Independence with a $5. Mike, you need to make an F-it shirt in Alberta blue. Love wearing your FAFO shirt. Also, Derek, your new tees look amazing. Just arrived. I'm glad to hear.
I'll ask
glad to hear.
I'll ask the wife. She does the shirt department.
There you go. Steve Jensen with another $5.
We're giving away a shirt at the end of the month.
Yeah, we're giving away one of those at the end of the month. Chris said in video he's prepared to go to jail to stand up for his rights. Well, he was prepared to do it during the lockdowns as well. So good on him. Glad to see that. Trump God Emperor of MAGA kind to the $2. Oh, look, Lee's husband is back.
I'm not.
I wouldn't go that far. Go that far. Carney with $2 super. Strathmore has been on our list for a while. Good. Let's get it done, Steve. Greg with the 279. This shows how corrupt the RCMP are. Hired jackboots. Yep. Get the brown shirts. Carney with a $5. Remember, get your hoodie. It'll be October, and you can customize your hoodie. Yes, go and get your hoodie from the shop. You can't customize them if you want to add anything to them within the store. Kevin with a $2. Is it a great deal for Alberta or for Saskatchewan? We'll get into all of that. Let's keep it going. Let's talk about what we had to talk about in Alberta, because we talked about the bus. Keith Wilson had a lot to say today, and let's get into good old Keith. The choice on October 19th can be put pretty simple. Option 1, more of the same. The Ottawa status quo, the same economic direction, the same constraints, the same relationship we've been living with. Option 2, Alberta can do better. A better deal, greater control over the future, more opportunity for our kids, a stronger and more prosperous Alberta. This isn't about anger. This isn't about ambition. It's about believing Alberta doesn't have to settle for the status quo. And that's something the Forever Canadians are forgetting. This vote in October is non-binding. It's to start the motion for a binding referendum to get a better deal for Alberta. So if you don't like the way the government handles things right now, that's your time to vote for option 2. October 19th, Alberta decides, he says. Now, Let Alberta Decide's been making headways. I know a lot of people are asking about the white paper. I'm still waiting on the information for that. So be patient, folks. It's coming. But the good news that I want to share with you guys tonight is things, they're a-changing. The youth vote, I believe, is on our side. The silent majority is on our side. We already have our numbers from the signature campaigns. I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised come October. Let's talk about that. I posted this today. For anybody who doesn't know, this is my son, Logan. And it was the first time he decided to put out a video. He put this out on his Facebook. He had over 1,000 likes or I think it was 1,500 likes or something, and over 500 comments. I had to share it here on the stream because he wrote out what he wanted to say. And I don't know if anybody knows this, but Mini Fringe is definitely chip off the old block. Take a look, folks.
This is going to be my first time making one of these videos. But I wanted to talk about it because it's something that I've seen out and about more often than not nowadays. And that's that you've got people out there twisting this Alberta separation business into some fever dream about joining the United States. That's propaganda, plain and simple. The loudest voices pushing that are the ones who can't stand the idea of anyone telling Ottawa to go pound sand. They reach for the scariest boogeyman they can find, becoming the 51st state, because fear is easier than facing the actual complaint. I was at a rally, heard it repeated clear as day multiple times. This is not about becoming the states. It's about sending Ottawa a message. That's the point. Not annexation, not waving the stars and stripes, a message. Alberta's been the cash cow now for decades. Energy wealth gets siphoned east. Rules get written in Ottawa that kneecap the very industries that keep the province running. And when Albertans complain, they're told to sit down and take it for the good of the Federation. Equalization, carbon schemes, pipeline delays, federal overreach into provincial business. It's a pattern. Western alienation isn't something new. It's the predictable result of a system that treats one region as a resource colony while the political weight stays concentrated elsewhere. So people show up at rallies and say enough. They collect signatures. They push for a vote, not because they woke up one morning dreaming of American citizenship, but because they want leverage, because they want Ottawa to understand that the relationship is not unconditional. A referendum, even one that just asks whether to start the formal process, forces the conversation. It puts a price on continued indifference. That's strategy. That's power politics. Anyone who reduces it to they just want to join Trump's America is either lazy or deliberately lying. Yes, some fringe voices talk about statehood. Some have met with Americans. The media and the Federalist side love to zoom in on that and treat it as the whole movement. Convenient. It lets them paint every frustrated oil worker, farmer, and small business owner as a closet annexationist instead of people who are tired of being ignored. At the events I've seen, the dominant message was independence as leverage, or at minimum, a hard reset of the terms with Ottawa. Send them a message, was the refrain, not raise the American flag. Look at the actual ballot coming up. It's not, do you want to become a U.S. state? It's whether Alberta remains a province of Canada or begins the constitutional process towards a real separation vote. That's a warning shot. A way to force Ottawa to negotiate in good faith for once. History is full of regions that used the threat of exit to extract better terms. Pretending this one is unique or uniquely traitorous is just another form of condescension. The people calling it pure American ambition are the ones bending to the propaganda. They've decided the scariest possible interpretation is the true one, so they don't have to grapple with the underlying grievances. Grievances that have been documented, polled, and shouted for years. Oil production rules written by people who don't live with the consequences. Money flowing out and political influence staying elsewhere. A distant capital that lectures more than it listens. You don't have to support full independence to see the point. You just have to stop accepting the cartoon version. This is about self-respect and leverage, about whether a province that generates a disproportionate share of the country's wealth gets to demand better treatment, or whether it's expected to keep paying and shut up. That's what the rallies are saying. That's what the petitions are about. The rest is noise designed to make the whole thing sound illegitimate before the conversation even starts. Now either use that to your benefit or don't, but at least get the diagnosis right.
Now,
that's
he
it,
had a
Derek,
very good.
You're fired.
I'm fired.
Yeah,
we're
bringing Logan instead.
We're gonna have Mini Fringe take over. Is that it?
It's good stuff.
Look, I saw somebody in the chat said he looks like Tiffany. He is not. Tiffany is not his mother. Tiffany and I have known each other since high school. We were together in high school. We had my oldest daughter and broke apart. I met somebody else for a few years when we were still friends and apart. And then Tiffany and I, over the years, after this relationship eroded, got back together. So no, this is not Tiffany's son, but he's definitely a chip off the old block. And I definitely think he's got a future in politics. But I was shocked when he put that video out when I saw the kind of traction behind it, because I'm starting to see these videos hit all over the internet. And that's why I wanted to show this. I wanted to show people that kids, the generation now, keep in mind, Logan's 25 years old. So he's only been able to vote for the last 7 years. So since the Trudeau era, and he's already got himself balanced out. He knows what his future wants, but it's not just him. He's told me that everybody around his age group, everybody he knows that he's talking with, that he goes to work with, that he knows from school, anywhere else, they're all voting for independence.
I'm not going to play it because it's another 3 minutes, but I actually had this video of another young lady around Logan's age who said basically what he said, and talking about how she and many people she knows in her age group are going to be voting for independence.
You mean this one that I already had pulled up? This is,
there you go.
Yeah.
Same
We're
one,
going to show
yeah.
this one. Again, another brilliant and intelligent one. The reason I'm going to play it, folks, I know they're long, but the reason I want to play this is to show you that the youth are starting to get it. This is what they're afraid of in Alberta. That the youth are the ones that are never going to buy a house. They're never going to have a family. They're not going to be able to afford anything. This is the reason we're making this vote on October 19th. It's for the better generations of the youth. This young lady nails it. Let's take a look.
Am I in favor of Alberta independence? Well, as a young adult, age 23, I still find my perception is molded by others. And on the topic of Alberta independence, there's no exception. After listening to all the questions and concerns of all generations, if ever there was a ballot in front of me on whether or not to vote Alberta out of Canada, my pencil will be checking yes. And it'll be doing so with confidence. Now, confidence in what, you ask? Alberta's success? How do you know? Well, really, I don't. I'm not always naive. And on the subject of forming a new nation, fostering a new culture as consequence, I'm indubitably not naive. That's a big ask, an important one. And anything that important is bound to be difficult. Howbeit, I am a Harry Potter connoisseur, so in the words of Dumbledore, dark times lie ahead of us, and there will be a time when we must choose between what is right and what is easy. I'd be voting with confidence that my future is finally in my own fingers. I want kids. I want a property with real grass. I want a car that won't break down in 2 years because it's secondhand. My best friends are leaving Alberta because they can't afford rent, insurance, schooling, appropriate food, all at the same time. They said to me upon our goodbye, "We wish we had what your family does." The only reason I can afford to be as politically involved and entrepreneurial as I am is because I have 7 people in my household, 7 incomes, holding myself and 4 other young adults in this house afloat. I have a rare gift that my friends don't, and they know it, and that mutilates my heart. I understand why the older generations are afraid of starting something new, but what they grew up with, that gift, is now obsolete. I'm suffering for it. If I'm a traitor to Canada for voting for a better future, they're a traitor to their grandkids for voting against their future. This isn't about Canada. This isn't about Alberta. This is about the youth. I'm choosing the next generation because relinquishing Canada is nowhere near as treacherous as remaining in it.
Yes.
This testimony is the result of apathy from all Canadians, all of us. The lack of involvement and education in our population has left us all equally derelict. This is not an Alberta issue, and I have to do something to change it, even if it's arduous. So I'm voting yes to Alberta independence.
So
amazing.
Shout out to Homes with Homes for having that one out. This is the point, folks. You can see the youth. I mean, she nails it when she's talking. She just wants a yard with real grass. Not some townhome with a couple of concrete slabs outside. She wants to have a family. She wants to have kids. She can't afford to move out because the only place where she's able to keep her head above water is in a household with 6 other incomes attached to hers. How is this living? The one point she makes, and I would argue this to anybody who's out there arguing that, well, we just want unity. Oh, we don't want seppies in and around here. If you're going to deny the next generation the ability to affordability to a better life, it's you who are the traitor. It's you who is not sticking up for Canadian values. It's you who's signing their check mark on the line to communism by saying, I'm okay with the next generation going poor, going broke. Why should they be allowed to afford homes? I have mine. It doesn't matter what they want. What this country needs to get wrapped around its head real fast is that it's sinking quickly. And this trade deal that's coming is not going to benefit Canada. It's going to benefit the United States. And by the looks of it, it's going to benefit Alberta. Now, we have a decision to make. And when you look at the Keystone XL pipeline that was announced here, that was a pipeline that Alberta invested in, not Canada. And Canada believes they're about to reap the rewards of it. So Alberta has a choice to make now. Do we stand on our own 2 feet and get the hell away from here? Or do we sign up for communism? Do we side with China and say, we're going to stick around for this? Seems fine. No big deal. Deny the next generations their ability to live. Deny the next generations prosperity. I don't think so. We're all doing this for the next generations. Not for us, for them.
Let's talk about that pipeline for a second. I got a thing for that.
You just everything.
Hold on. You're coming in like a robot. Hold on.
Okay, I thought it was me.
Try again, Mike.
No, so I got buddies of mine that worked on that pipeline, and the day they kitewashed it, they essentially said, "Just leave everything. We'll be back one day."
Yeah,
I guess it's time.
So, David Parker, who I have it on good authority from our own correspondent, Mike Freedom Honey, that he is in fact a bitch. If Carney gets the Keystone XL, it will be a huge blow to the CPC and the Alberta independence movement at the same time. He will have done more for Alberta energy than any prime minister since Chrétien, who oversaw the development of the oil sands. At this point, why vote CPC? Jeff Rath, Keystone XL has nothing to do with Carney. Trump is the one approving it. Is Carney going to say no? The reality remains that Carney has imposed billions of dollars in carbon taxes and decarbonization costs on Alberta, and Smith has slavishly agreed to all of it. The reasons for Alberta independence go well beyond pipeline approvals, which we've been saying since the beginning. Like, the thing is approved and it's fixed, which is 80% done, isn't it? Something like that. It's going to have nothing to do with anything Carney has done or didn't do. It's going to move forward because Trump wants it, not because Carney did anything.
Yeah, the Canadian side's already built. It's already built. But Canada thinks they're going to reap the benefits. Mr. Alberta nailed it right here. Yep, and they wanted to keep it in the ground right up until 5 minutes ago. Canadians, when the USA announces Keystone XL pipeline is back in play, quote, Canadian oil. I don't think so. Yeah, no, it belongs to us. Thank you very much. And we're taking it with us. We're going. You're done. You wanted to put in carbon sucking machines and you wanted to keep it in the ground. You remember that bimbo, that idiot standing outside of the House of Commons saying, well, I voted for Bruce Fanjoy and we're not really happy with Mark Carney because we need more wind and solar. We don't need pipelines. That's how the East sees us. Dirty oil sucking pigs. So let's take our Keystone pipeline. Let's take line 5 and 9. Let's take the TMX and let's get the hell out of here. And let's profit from it. Enough
Once
is
we
enough.
separate, the East can power themselves with solar and wind, and we'll power Alberta with hydro and gas, and we'll see who runs out of energy first.
Here's what Alberta can run on. An independent Alberta would have more oil wealth per capita than any oil-rich, tax-free Arab nation. If it became independent from Canada, the U.S. could very well end up having 0% tax haven on its northern border. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Here's the oil wealth per person in countries. You've got Qatar, the UAE, and Kuwait all sitting there at the top of the scale. Alberta towers over top of it. Towers over top of it. Please tell me the people, well, you're landlocked. Oh, you're not going to be able to get your oil out in the markets. You're not going to be able to do nothing, you bastards. You got to stay in Canada. Take a long, hard suck of my ass and tell me that I have to stay in this shit show any longer. No, thank you. No, thank you. And I said this when we talked about MOUs. Did we really have to protest to leave Canada before anybody would even attempt to negotiate with Alberta, albeit that'll never get built? Nothing that Mark Carney says is going to be built will ever be built. It's all, we're in a scam. We're in like a pyramid scheme, like Enron. Enron is running the country. Do you want Enron? Because this is how you get Enron.
What about Mark Carney's approval office that has approved nothing and built nothing?
Absolutely nothing. In fact, somebody mentioned it in the comments the other day. It'd be great if you could find all the projects that were listed and just which ones have the green lights yet. I can tell you which ones have the green lights. None. But I am compiling a list. Steve Jensen, Rise of Alberta reports Danielle confirmed in Lethbridge Town Hall that if option 2 wins, there will be a binding referendum in the spring. She said it at a few town halls. She said it in Red Deer as well. She also said it on Jason Levine's show about a month ago. So yeah, we're getting a binding referendum in the spring. And I know that vote's going through in October because we've got the numbers. Why would the town of Strathmore be blocking us from coming in if they thought we were just a small group with no real voice in the province? They're scared. They're terrified.
Constantly trolling everybody on X who's like, you're delusional. You're not going to do it. Oh, sweet. Stay home then. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
I do want to do a quick correction. So the original Keystone XL pipeline is not completed. It was canceled in June 2021 by TC Energy, the developer, after President Biden. It's only roughly 8% of the planned pipeline has been built. But you guys have to look at it. All the legwork has been completed. All the land leases, all the infrastructure, all that stuff is already completed. So the actual laying of the pipe is the easy part. And that will, I mean, now that we're going to go ahead with that, that'll be done in no time. So I'm very
That was already, when Trump announced that deal a couple months ago with Alberta that said they were going to move oil by 500,000 barrels, I believe it was, that was going through the already existing lines that are in place for what was Keystone XL. So it's already pretty much like ready to go, folks. On the Canada side, it's very little. So when I say Canada side's done, that's what I'm talking about. But regardless, this is an American deal with Canada or with Alberta. It's not with Canada. Mark Carney didn't negotiate Keystone.
830,000 barrels a day.
Yeah.
Like that's money, baby.
Lee just drove his car into a ditch. Says Carney. Thank you so much.
It's a hybrid. Let's
Grumpy Albertan with a $2. How much longer do we have to let them ride our prosperity? Not much longer for hopefully. Barb with a $5. That was a super cool video. I'm glad you guys enjoyed that. You know what? As soon as I saw it, I saw my son's video go out, and I thought, what a very well-spoken man. He must get a chip off the old block. But I'll tell you, that young lady too knows what she's talking about, albeit the Harry Potter reference, but very well informed. Oh, come on, Harry Potter. Now I'm going to piss off some of my audience. What do you mean you don't like Harry Potter? It was the same story every book until the end. Kid goes to school, something bad happens, they solve a mystery, move on to next year. Every book, wash, rinse, repeat. That's my problem with Harry Potter.
I like the movies.
I didn't, but again, same thing.
I didn't read the books. I just watched the movies.
Nobody read the books.
Carney, $2. Didn't Trump redirect it to South Dakota? Yeah, he did. So they'll still run that expansion, but they're going to revive Keystone.
Actually,
Alberta has
Lee read the.
What were you going to say?
Lee read the books until he boycotted J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, there you go. James, been a member for 5 months. Laying pipe is always the easy part. There you go. Thank you for being a member for 5 months. Look, at the end of the day, I said it last night when they first announced this. I had it sent to me at like 9:30 last night. Oh my God, they're going to revive Keystone. And I thought, well, we got content for tomorrow. However, I sat there and put out a tweet and I said, this is your sign, Alberta. It's time to go. This is it. If they're going to do this, it's really time to get the hell out of here. We've already got the U.S. as our customer now.
The last thing we want is Mark Carney attaching a bunch of carbon sucking machines to the pipeline.
They're not going to do that. They can't. It's an American pipeline. They can't have jurisdiction over Trump. They can't tell Trump, oh, you can only put that in if we have carbon sucking technology on the other end. They can do whatever they want with Alberta, but they can't. Trump will be like, no, boy, no, we're not doing that. We're not having any of that, Mark. We're not doing your green energy machines, okay? We're not putting anything in that. No, I don't want it. Get him out of here.
Mark Carney said the world wants decarbonized oil.
Yeah, Mark Carney says a lot of things.
I don't even know what decarbonized oil is.
I don't know what any of that shit he talks about is.
All right,
What a
let's talk
super
about
dork loser.
What a loser. What a loser. Forget about it. Grumpy Albertan with a $2. It's still our oil revenue regardless of direction. We showed that on today's video because Keith Wilson even said it. 1930s resource transfer agreement says the oil belongs to Alberta, not Canada, Alberta. It's our oil. It's ours. It's like a prenup. If we leave, we get to keep it. It's ours. It belonged to us beforehand. It belongs to us after. You can't take it. You got nothing to do with it. Okay? Okay. Guys, you got just under 5 minutes to hit 1,000 likes. Are we at 1,000 yet? Are we giving away a t-shirt tonight? I really want to give away a t-shirt. 130 likes to go. Oh, guys, get it in. Get it in. I really want to hit that and get a t-shirt out tonight. Let's talk about the trade deal. Let's talk about the trade deal. Look, even Carney wants it done. Remember, for 23 months, 5 minutes, get 136 likes. Let's go. Get it done, guys. It's free to do it. I want to do a giveaway. Wealth Moose came in here.
I love
and here's
Wealth Moose, by the way.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. I think 1.2 million impressions or something he said he had on his account lately. Guy's crushing it. Breaking, President Trump is set to reduce tariffs on automobiles imported from Canada from 25 to 15% as part of a broader trade deal with the country, per Bloomberg. Details include, currently the U.S. has imposed 25% tariff on non-U.S. content of vehicle producers in Canada. The same content provision will apply to a new 15% rate. U.S. and Canada negotiations have reportedly discussed whether to widen the exemption to include additional content, though no firm discussion or decision to do has been reached. The United States-Canada trade deal appears to be materializing. However, they also show what the deal is here through Wealth Moose. The deal is apparently U.S. booze back on shelves, movement on dairy, movement on autos, 3 days for Carney to get premiers on board. A lot of people are saying Mark Carney is going to back out of the deal because he's going to blame it on premiers.
And I mean, he may be right. Wob Canoe tweeted today. He's still talking about no Kuzma, no Boozma, or whatever the hell he's saying. And oh man, the left, the usual leftist accounts like Babcock on X, she's like, I don't care if they put it back on. We still need to keep up our boycotts. I'm like, well, that was always allowed. Boycott all you want.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So so it's now on the premiers. After a month of elbows up, Canada may be negotiating its way back towards concessions it once framed as unacceptable. The real question now, what exactly did Canada get in return? That's what this all leads into. Because somebody said it here. I think I've got it here. Gen Xer. Kate Harrison is right. We're getting the details from Washington, not from our own prime minister. Trump says the deal is done. Greer is posting about market access and security cooperation. Carney's line is still substantial progress. That's the guy who ran the entire campaign on being the only one who could handle this. A 72-hour pause is not a win. It's a stay of execution. F-35's Keystone, U.S. alcohol back on provincial shelves. What else got put on the table before he even briefed the premiers? If this was a good deal for Canada, Ottawa would be reading it out first. They're not, which means the paper still isn't something they want you to see. So this is where I'm saying the deal is going to be for America.
We haven't heard a single detail on what we got and what the deal is for us and anything out of our government.
The deal is going to be for America. It's not going to be for us. It's not
screwed.
Canada got bent over a barrel. Keep in mind that the two provinces, or three technically, that were going to be hit the hardest was BC, Ontario, and Quebec by these incoming tariffs.
So any deal with the biggest TDS problem.
Yes. So any of the deals that are going to go through are going to be ones that screw over everybody else. They're going to be everybody's saying no free merch. We got a minute. Are we off by that much for a minute?
Yeah, we started.
Come on, guys. You guys can get it done. It's a minute. The deal's going to screw the whole country while it's to preserve the jobs of those in 3 provinces. And I'm not to say that we shouldn't get a deal, but we should have got a deal a year ago instead of poking the bear with a stick, instead of sitting there doing Reagan ads and pulling booze off of the shelves. Like, this is what I find infuriating, is that Canadians are going to be told to accept. And Mark Carney, I had it the other day. Let's pull it up. A little chart here about how this was going to work. I left it up on either a video, I believe it was a video I left it up on, where it shows you the outcomes of a possible trade deal. Here it is. Does Canada get a trade deal? Yes. Carney's a genius. Poilievre's the real problem. Vote Liberal either way. Carney doesn't get a trade deal. There's nothing Carney could have done. Poilievre's the real problem. Vote Liberal either way. Did we get 1,000? We just hit the 1 hour mark. Look, you guys came in hot. You guys came in hot right at the end. Good job. 1,000 likes. We're doing a t-shirt giveaway tonight. Stick around for the rest of the stream, folks. You have to be in the stream when we do the draw. And now if we hit 500 in support, we're doing a hoodie as well. So, and that one's optional. That one I just leave out to people if they want to get a hoodie. That's how we run on that one. But thank you for everybody for getting those 1,000 likes in. You guys did it. You came through. Good job, folks. Look at those champions. You guys are great. But this is how you know that nothing good is going to come from Mark's deal. They haven't said shit. They haven't said shit.
I have a fun chart here. Oh, go
Carnage
super
card,
first.
$50 super Yahoo. We did it. 100K shirts on me. There you go. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate that, brother. You're such a trooper. Such a
We
trooper.
love Steve.
Thank you. Steve's great. I
have a fun chart here for us.
All right, let's take a look at your chart.
A chart, you say?
Topical. A chart. So you can see here, the red
Make it
line
bigger.
is the Canadian economy. Oh, sorry.
Just hit the two arrows there, Matt, at the bottom. There you go.
Enhance.
Sorry.
On
Enhance.
screen.
Computer. Yeah. So the red is the Canadian and the blue is the American. So you see here, after the 2008 recession, America took a way bigger hit than we did, but this is still during Harper. So Canadians are up, and then we both dip right here, and then we go up and up and up and up. Oh, there's Trudeau elected right there. And all of a sudden it starts to go down. Well, America's just keeps going up. And then this big dip here is the COVID lockdowns. So America dipped and we dipped, but we're still way below them. And then here, Carney takes power. And then look at that. Right off a cliff all the way down while the American one keeps going up. So this is the man who's supposed to be riding our economy. He's supposed to be getting us the best deal. And look at that line since Carney took power. Right off
Straight in the toilet. Straight in the toilet. And didn't Liz Truss warn us about this at Trump's inauguration? Didn't she say, do not vote him in? Right about the time where it says Carney took power. She said, don't you dare vote for him. Don't you dare put him in office because it'll screw you guys.
I mean, Trump's happy that he's in office because Trump is the one getting the best deal.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Brookfield's doing real good.
Well, Alberta's going to get a good deal if we get Keystone in. And people are saying, well, we still have to sell our oil at a discount. Yes, but at least we can get our oil out of the ground. At least somebody wants it. And they're not telling us to shut down our pipelines or have emissions caps or tanker bans. Now, the benefit to Keystone, folks, is if Keystone goes through, keep in mind, we've been talking about that pipeline that if Canada doesn't want it, we can build it south either to Washington State or Oregon to get to Tidewater. All of those things become possibilities with Keystone. If we separate from Canada, Keystone's already locked down. If Trump puts it through, we don't have to worry about forming a trade negotiation with the United States. It's volume we have to discuss at that point and a better price. Like, for anybody who wants to sit, and again, it goes back to that young lady's video. For anybody who says, oh, I want unity. I just want to stay in Canada. I just want to stay here and be a part of the action. You're denying the next generations. You're greedy. You're selfish. Shame on you. You're not thinking about anybody but yourself. Literally, I don't see any other argument. And it's not a matter of you're not voting for what I want, so I'm going to get mad. There's really no logical explanation for you to be such a stupid idiot. I enjoy your communism. I don't know what else to say.
I think it's just people got to look at the benefits. I mean, yes, we do sell our oil at a discount, but that's also because like we're heavy crude. It's got to be diluted before it goes in the pipelines. Like there's a lot of work involved. That's why we have to sell it. But the good news is all like the northern states refineries are already tooled to take heavy bitumen from Alberta. Like those refineries are not going anywhere. So we're just going to keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. And then they have to blend it with sweet Texas crude to be able to get a decent product. So it's just that's the nature of the beast. But yeah, we are going full steam ahead with this, people. We're gonna make the cash. We're gonna leave Canada, and we're gonna become the freest, most prosperous place in the world.
Yeah. John Doe says, I hope you did a check there. Yeah, Scott Bessent was talking about this months ago. So
the federal government in the States has the power to tell them to go screw themselves, and we're running it anyways because the federal government in the United States has more power for infrastructure acts or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, so I'm just reiterating what Scott Bessent had proposed. He was on, I believe it was either NBC or Fox News talking about it again months ago, ages ago, around the time that Jeff Rath and Mitch Sylvester went down to the U.S. And he'd said that they just want to get a pipeline built. There's no reason we can't do business with Alberta. Apparently they want to vote to leave. And he had mentioned the possibility of pipelines going either to Oregon or Washington State. Now, again, those are hypotheticals. Nothing's been done. But again, I'm quoting Scott Bessent when we talk about that. Hang on, I saw this pop up. Kevin with the $5. What about a new WIMA Pacific Ocean Coast Pipeline, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Alberta, going through the United States and bypass British Columbia? So yeah, that's what Scott Bessent had talked about as a possibility. Now, all those again are hypotheticals on Alberta. It's hypotheticals on what happens with independence. Or a negotiation with the United States. If the United States said, "Hey, let's get access to Tidewater, but you're going to pay us a low, or we're going to get it for a low price like we do with Keystone, or a surcharge," well, that's not really going to work for Alberta. We'd have to figure things out. The problem when it comes to Canada is, again, the misconception that people think if Alberta leaves, it's all of a sudden means we're not going to do business with Canada anymore, or that Canada is going to shut the door on us. Keith Wilson, and we had it in today's video, lays out very firmly. If BC had the pipes shut off from TMX, they run out of fuel in 4 days. If Line 5 get disrupted going into Sarnia, all their jet fuel, their diesel, everything runs out in 11 days. So they need Alberta oil and energy. Everybody needs it. So the business doesn't stop. The only thing that changes, again, where the money goes, who gets control over the spending. That's literally all we're talking about here. It's not a matter of leaving Canada. It's we want control of our money. We want control of our future. We want control of where it gets spent. And we're sick and tired of giving it to fat, sweaty pigs at a trough that jet set around the world eating braised beef and luxury butter, telling us to shut up and keep our goods in the ground. We're not doing it anymore. Not happening.
Hey, Derek, can you just read that first sentence there for me?
The U.S. federal government has the power to permit the construction of infrastructure like pipelines. Keystone XL has already approved it, and Biden on day one killed it. Yes. That's correct.
Okay, good.
Can we have a little bit of cowbell? Oh, people were getting mad at the cowbell. I've got people telling me they don't want cowbell anymore, but I'll throw it in.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
All right.
Should we have a palate cleanser? Should we watch something funny?
Yeah, let's do it. What do you got?
Is it racist?
That depends. That's contextual.
Oh, no.
This is in India.
Oh, I thought it was Brampton.
Why is this video 4 hours long?
That happens all the time.
I know. I just watched that. I laughed all the time. So hard.
Do you know, there was a video I saw today when talking about India, and they were talking about why we should be closing our borders, why it needs to be shut down. And again, Carney just keeps bringing them in because it means liberal votes. Take a look at what this young lady had to say. She gets a 1 year long visa in India, gets culturally enriched immediately, and wants to leave after 2 weeks. Take a look to her account, and tell me how much of this looks like Canada already, folks.
No, it's a great start in this town, to be honest. I'm honestly kind of over India already. I think I'm just going to leave. The men here are just, there's something wrong with them. I just need to get out of here. I'm sick of the cow poop on the roads, sick of the trash absolutely everywhere. I mean, look at that garbage. It's disgusting. I got the year-long visa because I wanted to come here and do a whole tour around India. At this point, I don't even want to stay 2 weeks. No, it's a great start in this town, to be honest. I'm honestly kind of over India already. I think I'm just gonna leave.
I mean, she wants to get the hell out of there. She went there thinking she was getting culturally enriched, and instead found out it was a third world shithole. And this is the problem.
Culturally enriched the hell out of her.
The look on her face. I mean, I feel bad. That looks like a woman that was defeated. I can understand if you want to go there and check out some temples and, maybe eat some weird food. Never in a million years. But you can look the look on her face. She's like,
yeah,
this was
culture
not the
shock
I planned. Yeah.
Yeah. Culture shock. But when you look at the litter on the ground, when you see the shit in the streets and everything, it's already here in Canada. It's already starting. Like, we've covered how many festivals, how many events where they're just littering all over the ground. Matt, you showed a photo the other day of them starting a fire with a jerry can in British Columbia while there's a province-wide fire ban because their province is burning down. They don't follow the rules. These people don't have any respect for their own country. Why are we bringing them here? Why are we bringing them to our country?
I mean, she didn't have to go all the way to India to see that. She could have just hung out in Brampton for a while.
She could have gone anywhere in Canada by the looks of it and seen that for a while. It depends. I just, and this is the thing, folks, because a lot of people got on my tails about what I was saying about that constitutional meeting last week with Alberta Prosperity Project, saying there wasn't a place for, everybody's racist grandfather to go in there and say what they said. There's optics when the media's around and what's going on. We still talk about this stuff because, yes, we have to get rid of these people, these villagers, as actual Indian residents have said to me. We're bringing into the country the villagers that come in without families, the ones that come in here to assault our women, to live on the welfare system, that have no ambitions to get a real job, the ones that are crashing semi trucks all over the highways. Those people need to go. They got to get out. They got to leave the country. There's nothing wrong with saying they've got to go back. What I was saying about that meeting was it was about the delivery and the optics. It's how you're saying it. It's how you're conveying it. Because we're not sending people home because of the color of their skin. We're sending them home because they're parasites, because they're literally destroying our country. And they have no respect for it. And they've shown us they have no respect for it. There's a difference between racism and honesty. We're just talking straight facts. If you want to come to the country and assimilate, if there's jobs for you, if you want to pay into our tax system, if you want to adopt our culture and not erase it, I don't see a problem. But the minute you come here and tell me that I'm supposed to have Sharia law, I'm supposed to get down on my hands and knees and feel shame for my country, I'm supposed to allow you to litter everywhere, I'm supposed to live while you walk down the street and take a dump on my sidewalk, I'm supposed to take my kids to the beach to sift through the crap that you've buried under the sand, I don't think so. That's not how we're living here. That's not how we're getting by.
The old Wasaga landmines.
Wasaga landmines.
Yeah.
No, it's
yeah, I hear that too. I hear that too.
Yeah.
There's too many.
It's a delusion. It's a delusion, basically, what's happening.
I love this comment. Call them what they really are, undocumented liberal voters. There you go. That's it in a nutshell. Well, that's why they're being brought here, isn't it? Isn't it? Somebody said you're holding back. We want to rant. Listen, I've been working on the art of the rant, and all I've been doing is ranting, just not on here. I feel like it's getting stale, but it's because I've been working on the art of the rant for you guys. Coming out soon. We'll have that coming out soon.
Excellent.
Matt, what else do you
what's
got?
next? Oh, I got a few. Michael liked this one.
We were going to talk about the RCMP, weren't we? Was there something with the RCMP?
Oh, we're going to talk about them. Got it right here. So, I don't know how many of you guys remember the Gerald Stanley case from Saskatchewan, but we have a similar one. Honestly, I don't think I need to play the video. I'll just tell you guys what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So
basically, 4 thieves in stolen vehicles showed up to this rural property. They were attempting to rob it. They were siphoning gas out of his farm tank. And so he didn't even shoot them. He shot around them to scare them away and to keep them away from him while he waited for the RCMP. Mike, you live in the middle of nowhere. If you call the RCMP right now, best case scenario, they're sitting there waiting and they get the call, how fast can they get to you?
Tomorrow.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's
like,
not wrong.
If it's an absolute
you're probably not
emergency, I mean, Tollfield's the closest dispatch. I mean, maybe 25, 30 minutes, and that's if like they come in like maximum effort. The thing is, like,
let's say best case scenario, 30 minutes. Okay. Now, what do you think 4 armed individuals can do to you? Let's say you were a liberal and you were unarmed. What do you think 4 unarmed individuals could do to you in 30 minutes out in your rural property in the middle of nowhere?
You guys got to realize that's a not happening here because everybody, all my neighbors are extremely well armed, and actually my wife is a better shot than I am. So I mean, it's just to tell you guys, it is a problem. Now I remember that situation, and I remember I felt so bad for him because after the incident happened, I mean, he had to move. He became a massive target on his back, and it was terrible. I was like, and this is a guy that was just defending his home, and this is one thing he preached so much
on Facebook delete me because I sided with the farmer. Now listen to me, okay? So the RCMP arrested this farmer and charged him with dangerous discharge of a firearm or something like that.
Yeah.
For shooting in the vicinity of these 4 criminals. Now, I got to say, in Canada, we have this whole thing, like, they have to be already murdering you before you're allowed to fight back. And I'm going to go ahead and push back on that, as our American audience will know, because they're probably like, what the hell are you guys doing up there? But you are the aggressor, okay? You're on my property at my house committing crimes. It's not on me to figure out whether you're armed or not. It's not on me to figure out whether you're there to just steal my PlayStation or murder me and my entire family. You're the aggressor, okay? You will be neutralized, period. And that's the way it should be.
Sorry, but they're on your what you said?
Property?
There's the problem.
Your stolen
there
land.
lies in the problem. Not only is it considered stolen land, but the Canadian government doesn't recognize your property. For anybody watching outside of the country, we don't actually have property rights in Canada. You pay taxes on it.
Belongs to the crown.
You're given your deed and your mortgage, but it doesn't mean you actually own it. You don't have property rights, which means if somebody steps onto your property, they don't have to necessarily FAFO. As Matt says, you can get charged for just firing a warning shot and saying, get out of here.
Eventually, he will probably be cleared, just as Gerald Stanley was. And there'll be a big thing calling him a racist and a white supremacist and all these other isms and isms. But he's going to spend the next year now in court fighting this.
Yeah. And
for defending himself.
And he's going to have to go into hiding. And it's just like he's going to have to move. It's just a terrible situation. That's the way we are right now. Even my wife and I, we had this conversation that if we get Alberta independence and we get our firearms rights back, one of the first things that Mrs. Freedom Honey and I are doing is opening up a gun store. It's like we've already got the business plan and model already worked out.
See, John, here's the problem with your comment. It's your common sense doesn't really have a place in Canada. They work on lunatic fringe. They don't bother with actual politics. Steve says that you can't protect stolen land, and D. Robert can't even believe there's no property rights. No, not in fact. This is part of the reason Alberta wants their referendum. This is why we want a constitutional convention, because even though Danielle Smith said she was going to bring castle law to Alberta, I don't see her doing it as fast as she said she was getting an Alberta police force or an Alberta pension plan. I think just like Mark Carney, it's more cannon fodder to just say, well, I'm going to do this and get everybody excited and then never actually do it. We need property rights in this country. We need property rights on the property we purchased that says we own this land. It's ours. We bought it. We bought the lot. We bought the home that it sits on. It belongs to us. And if somebody doesn't want to get buried 6 feet underground, don't come onto it. I think that's...
Well, it's the same thing with the Alberta firearms.
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
It's just like the Alberta firearms permit. I mean, I've had many discussions with Terry, our chief firearms officer. I do a lot of gun shows, and she's at a lot of them that I attend. And we talk a lot. And that was her big thing before she was like, before I retire, I want to get this thing passed. And she was doing all the paperwork, and she had a really good plan. And all the gun vendors that I associate with, the guys that have stores, the guys that are just kind of mom and pop operations, the guys that but buy and sell estates and everything like that. They were all 100% down with it. Like, this is a great plan. We all approve of it. This is really good. Move forward with this. But no, in the shredder it goes. You're not allowed to have guns. Welcome to the UK.
Yeah, for our American viewers who don't know, in Canada, if somebody came in, even if they unalived my family and I unalived them back, I would still be charged with murder.
Prove it. You have to prove yourself innocent. Guilty until proven innocent.
Or at the very least, I would spend 5 years in courts fighting for my life.
Yeah.
Yep.
At 250.
So my advice is, if you have 4 people on your land in the middle of nowhere, no, you don't. They just disappeared.
Yep. Don't know what happened to them. Grumpy Albertan with a $5. No such thing as landlocked. We, if a republic internationally, get rights to Tidewater. We do. We've talked about that before. You're not allowed to deny access to Tidewater. The point of it, though, Grumpy Albertan, is that a lot of people say that on the Forever Canada side, or Lee would say, well, you can't do it because they're not going to want to deal with Alberta no more. If you leave, you guys are screwed and you're on your own. They could hold you up for ransom. It's like, no, they couldn't, because they need us too. They need to move their rail and their transport through Alberta. They would have to come up with a deal that works for both of us. That's essentially what leverage means. They wouldn't be allowed to just sit at the table anymore and say, oh, well, we don't want you to have access to Tidewater and we're not going to allow you to put oil on tankers. Alberta could say, okay, fine. Well, we're a republic now, so we're going to shut off the taps and we don't have to give you our oil anymore. And then when they run out of fuel, they'd have to do what Mark Carney did with Donald Trump and come back licking our butts saying, okay, now we'll just do whatever you want. And we'd pin them over a barrel. So, I mean, it's look, we're happy to play nice with people, but if you don't want to do it, you're going to pay the price.
We have
that's the way it should be. We do have the cards, but the problem right now is we're part of Confederation. We're part of the Canadian country that locks us down. If we leave that, all of a sudden So what I keep telling people is it's like we're eating dinner at the kids' table. If we leave, we're not just at the grown-ups table. We're the ones carving the turkey. We're the ones in charge. We hold the cards. How anybody can sit and say again, well, I just think we should stay. Shut up. Shut up. You shouldn't have the right to vote. You're clearly retarded. I don't understand how you can't explain economics to somebody and they just say, oh, yeah, that makes absolutely no sense to me. Why would I want more money? Why would I want a better life? Why would I want everybody else's life to be easier? That sounds preposterous.
Sounds terrible.
Jay Fish with the $2. God is not here. He's not here today. Thank you so much. We got Super Glide with a $2. India, imagine that. Yeah, well, there you go.
I'd rather not.
Bobby with a $7. Yet Muslims can fire machine guns in our national parks, and that's okay. No arrest. Matt actually sent me a video today of a bunch of them on trucks.
Yeah, it was on Facebook, so I don't have it on my computer. But it's,
it was like
illegal
rifles
with illegal rifles riding around in the woods on trucks, waving their Khalistan flags. Also, those aren't Muslims. they're
the K-stands.
The Khalistani. Yeah, they're
the K-stands.
Yeah, the K-stands.
Nilok with a $2. I will just go with Ralph Klein's Triple S.
Shoot, shovel,
Fair
and
enough.
shove.
Yeah. Peyton, member for 7 months, so we pay for political theater. Yeah,
we do.
We pay for more than that. We pay for nothing. We pay for them to enjoy their lives. That's the problem.
Couldn't say it any better than that.
Grumpy Albertan, $2. What happened to the wild wheat laws?
Wild
West laws?
Wild West laws. Yeah.
The Wild West laws, well, they all went away, I guess.
I want
Brad Wilcox. I think it'd be nice. I love those days, where you can just walk up to somebody with a glove. I challenge you to a duel.
I want to see politicians
shoot each other.
I want to see politicians be able to have duels. It could just be perfectly legal. Just duel it out.
Yeah.
Winner takes all.
Brad Wilcox. Damn Lee, Forever Canada can shove it. There you go. There you go. Chicken
He does
tender
not,
with a $2.
he does not approve that message.
There we go. You guys are great tonight. You guys have been great. Look at Tony Shaw being a member for 13 months. Thank you so much. And Nilok coming in with a $10. By the way, just thought people should be aware that the Forever Canada people are officially associated with the NDP. My pastor said there's NDP insignia all over the paperwork they tried to push on him. Well, there you go.
Interesting. But it's not a campaign.
Not a campaign.
I got something on that, but I'll have it for you guys on Friday because I'll send it to Derek. Interesting emails that are going around.
Oh, I like emails.
I've been bringing up
Greg, how
everything
much in
tonight,
super
Mike. Do you
chat
have
so
anything
far?
to bring up?
No, I just came here for the fun after I got to get Lee out of the house.
Okay.
We're
would you
still
like
people
to-
asking about the super chats. We're still shy by about $200 on the super chats, guys. Again, 500 in super chat. And I don't say this as like an e-grifter. We just, if we're going to give away a hoodie, we got to pay for a hoodie. If we get over 500 in supers, I give it back. We give away a hoodie. They're quite costly, about $100 for me to give away a hoodie. And YouTube takes their percentage. They're 30%. So if we get 500 in supers, we do a hoodie. That's how it works. But we're about 200 behind for anybody checking in. B Matt asking, will Lee come back? Not today.
Would you like to check in with Lee's buddy Tommy?
Yeah, let's check in. What's happening?
Do you want to see his tears? So Chris Scott has been showing up at some of the Forever Canada events with his bus and parking across the street, and nothing bad. Just just parking across the street and holding their own little thing, kind of a counter. First and foremost, look at that Choose Unity. Look at that fruity shirt. So here's Tommy. He's going to cry about the Alberta bus.
Dear volunteers and supporters, as you may have noticed, separatists now are following everywhere I go with the Unity bus, and they're trying to be obstructive. They're agitating us. They're being confrontational. Some kind of a confrontation between us and them. I am asking you, don't get engaged in that. When they go low, we go high. We only have one goal, and that is keeping Canada united and spreading our message of unity. So when you're approached by separatists, when you're being persuaded to debate them, when they're in your personal space, just say simply thank you and walk away. They're Albertans and Canadians too, and we're going to have to heal those wounds one day. But for now, let's avoid any confrontation at any cost.
When you're giving them tours of your bus,
we will keep Canada united. Thank you.
You know, he
So
did
he doesn't
mention when
want
you're
his-
in their personal space, Mike. You were right up in Tommy's personal space.
I wasn't. Lee was. Lee got a tour of the goddamn bus. He was sitting in the front seat, taking photos, answering journalist questions. Like he was all in there.
So he's saying things like, "Oh, they're following me everywhere and they're being aggressive and whatever." Like, has anybody seen? Like, I mean, John went to one of their events and he was pretty chill, talked to everybody. Lee went to one of their events and he was pretty chill and just kind of played the part. I can't think of anybody who's been seriously aggressive in the other direction, but we've seen a lot of Forever Canadians yelling, screaming, insulting, throwing things. I don't know, Tommy.
I got this one here. What is the panel's opinion of the Indian guy putting out a video saying he walks on sugar at work? Now he released a video says he only did it for reactions. Here's my advice when it comes to those people. When it comes to any of the channels, I've seen channels attacking other channels that say, "Oh, go and watch these people," or "Oh, I went and did this," or "Oh, they did that," or "Oh, look, I walked on sugar barefoot." Don't give them any attention. Don't retweet them. Don't talk about them. Don't bring it up on your show. This is why we won't cover it, because it just helps them. It gives them the attention they are so craving. Don't pay attention to it. That's my best advice.
Deport that chicken farter.
Yep. Get rid of them.
If I see
don't pay attention to it.
If I see a video of the barefoot walking on the sugar, I will make a comment. But until I see that,
then it's just reaction. The guy just wants clout. He wants the engagement. They're engagement farming.
Well, it's like the guy that went into the gym with the carpan, and it turns out it wasn't a carpan. It was like a buck knife that he got at Cabela's. Like it was like, that's not a sacred knife. That's
also,
he could go to Cabela's and get one.
Yeah, he got his 15 minutes, guys. Stop giving it to these people. Anytime you see this, anytime you see slap fights on the internet, any of this, it's engagement farming.
He wasn't
That's
even
all
a
they're
member.
doing.
He paid for a day pass. Like, come on. You obviously know it was a setup.
Yeah, they just want your views.
Bastards.
What do we got here? Steve Jensen giving 10 unacceptable Fringe memberships to the Patriots Club. Thank you, Steve. D. Robert, $5 toward a hoodie. There we go. Nilok, I want to invent a character to join Lee. Well, there you go. There you go.
I don't think Lee will be able to infiltrate any more Forever Canadian rallies. They might be wise.
Maybe we'll have to send Nilok in, and maybe that's how it's gonna have to work.
Grumpy
Nilok.
Albertan, Mike, how do I find your honey?
Guys, right now, honey, I'm all sold out from last year's stuff. Sadly, I mean, the bees are working right now, but it's been so much rain that I don't gonna have a whole lot coming in this year. We'll see. I'm gonna probably harvest in probably the next couple of weeks. Probably not gonna be a whole lot though.
There you go. Don with a $10 super. Castle Law during the last
We'll start a
PC general
bidding
meeting,
war.
they voted unanimously to remove fluoride. Didn't happen. One good move was removing daylight savings, but we didn't need a vote. Yeah, I hear you. Humble Hungarian, $20 super. Hi. I'm from Forever Canada. I lack intelligence to explain why Alberta should stay in Canada, but I was also told by somebody else to walk away if anybody wants to have an intelligent conversation about independence. Love it. Humble Hungarian. That's an awesome chat.
That's
So
exactly what I was going to say. Like, he doesn't
So
want
for-
them to engage because he doesn't want any of his fans to get convinced.
Yeah, so for anybody keeping track of the super chats, we're about $100 out from a hoodie now. And again, not requesting it, just keeping you guys updated. Do we have anything else on the docket? Was there anything else you guys wanted to talk about, or should we just go into Q&A?
I have one more.
All right, let's do it.
It's your best friend, Jason.
My best.
Kennedy.
I don't have a best friend.
King Douche himself.
Oh, here we go.
Jason Kennedy. So, as you may have heard, Quebec has decided to suspend their vote on a referendum to leave as long as Donald Trump is in office. And our buddy Jason Kennedy here chiming in. Very wise decision by the Parti Québécois not to hold a secession referendum. Oh, sorry, went in the accent. While Donald Trump is in office. They understand how destabilizing it would be to divide Canadians while we are responding to attacks from a president who said he will use economic force to annex Canada. It's unfortunate that Alberta hasn't demonstrated the same level of prudence as the Parti Québécois, but here we are. Albertans can respond to the constant attacks and threats by turning out to vote for a strong Alberta within a united Canada in October.
There's a reason he's King Douche. Like, oh my god.
So
Douche
I want
is
to
the
address
forever.
this. Here we go. Now, here's what I want to ask. Nothing's stopping you from leaving, but just, you know, the majority of us Albertans stand together. Says you, I'll tell you what, Laurel, give me one solid reason to stay in Canada. Let's have that discussion. Give me one solid reason to stay in Canada, and I'll stand with the majority of Albertans that you claim to stand with. And I'm not saying that as a jerk. Give me a real reason versus the benefits that we get from leaving that actually, like, again, here, this is the logic of liberals. You don't even have a reason. You can't give us a solid reason. Like, I don't want to argue with people. But if you think the majority want to stay, tell me why.
And if you think the majority want to stay, then you don't have any problem with us having a vote, and you won't freak out and throw things at people and scream at everybody and insult them, and we'll just have a vote. Democracy,
cancel their
your
events.
favorite thing.
Guys, I have a theory about the Quebec referendum is this. The Quebec election's coming up pretty soon. It's going to be this fall. And the Parti Québécois ran on the promise to have a referendum. I guarantee you they're just waiting to see what happens with us before they make that decision, and they're just trying to blame it on Trump. Because if we choose to stay, then they're going to have theirs and then try to get a bunch of caveats and kind of get a bunch of perks out of it, and it probably won't go anywhere. But if we leave, then they realize they're going to get stuck with the bill, so then they're probably going to trigger theirs immediately after. So what happens in October will also probably decide the fate of Quebec. And then what happens in our actual referendum after the vote in October, which Danielle Smith has already said this is going to come springtime, is definitely going to, like I said, is definitely going to chart the path forward for that province as well. So like I said, I think this is just them just trying to buy time right now, just trying to see what happens in Alberta.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Well, Laurel, we're waiting.
And this is the good thing, folks, because a lot of people had been asking the question, what happens if Quebec goes first? Well, now we don't have to worry about it. Now Alberta can lead the way. And although the majority stand against, I'm sorry, I have to laugh just saying that. If the majority stood, again, and this is my argument for anybody to fight back on, if the majority stood in solidarity to say, look, we're not leaving Canada, we don't want to send a message to Ottawa, hey, we're okay with industrial carbon taxes, and we're okay with having our oil shut down, and we're okay with not being able to afford food. You guys don't have the numbers, then why are you canceling our events? Why are you blocking our buses from going into towns? Why are you destroying our signs? Why are you throwing little temper tantrums everywhere you go?
If it was a truly a nothing burger, they wouldn't be freaking out the way
they wouldn't be flipping out like this. And
Carney goes to his cabinet and says, we need to take Alberta independence seriously. When you got people like Jason Kenney and you got all these other political pundits and you got the CBC constantly attacking us and you got the attacks, the fake polls, the outrage, the fake bot accounts. When you're putting this much work for a question to a question, you know that there's some movement there. There's some steam in that engine.
And here's the question for Laurel as she thinks of her answer. We just showed two youths talking about how they can't afford to live. They have no future remaining in Canada, that their friends had left for greener pastures, whether that was to the United States or wherever they went. I don't know where they would have gone where things could be better. However, they can't live or buy a home or have a family. So what are you going to tell them to convince them that Alberta stands together with unity? What are you going to tell them to stay? Because it sounds to me like the youth are coming en masse to tell all of these people who already have homes, all of these people who really don't give a shit about the economy or understand it, that they're not putting up with the status quo anymore because they want a stable future. So how are you going to convince them to stay?
I don't think a lot of these people realize how many people are leaving. Educated people that get out of university. I know Marty up north, his kids are looking to move down to Texas for work if this doesn't work out. I know tons of people. When I was at the Ponoka Stampede, I was talking to a lot of parents and they said, we're here, we're already established, but I have kids that have already left. They've gone to the States, they've gone to Tennessee, they've gone to Florida, they've gone to Texas. They've already gone. 60% of medical graduates right now are leaving. It used to be 15 in the 90s. Now it's 60. So you want to talk about, we could just get more doctors and more nurses. They're all leaving. Why? Because you can go down to Texas, and if you go to Indeed or any of these job ads, they'll pay you $500,000 for a GP, not a specialist, a GP, $500,000 US. So that's $750,000 here, and that tax bracket is 19%. And you can buy a freaking mansion for $400,000.
Where's the argument here? 40% of businesses have left Canada, and where have they gone? America. Yeah. The Prime Minister's own country isn't in Canada; it left for America. Like, what better promotion could you have than that? That Laurel or whoever else comes in and says, "Oh, well, we've got the numbers. We're staying. Enjoy your communism." What's your argument to sticking around again? How is it beneficial? People like that, they say, well, we won't stop you from leaving. No, you pack your shit and leave. You pack your shit and get out of here. Go move to Toronto or Ottawa or wherever you want that lives on those values and enjoy them. Have your Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up.
Once
get out of
independent,
Alberta.
the self-sorting will continue.
Get out of Alberta. Go away. We don't want you here. We want common sense. We want a stable economy. We want people to afford their lives. We want people to have children, not importing other people's families from around the world to take over and replace us. I'm sorry if you don't like that. If it doesn't work for you, pack up your shit, get a U-Haul, and fuck off out of Alberta. Get out. We don't want you here. I can't with these people anymore.
The self-sorting will continue until communism reduces.
And people say, oh, well, you're getting so angry. It must be because you don't have the numbers. No, I'm getting angry because it doesn't matter how many facts, how many times you guys get the facts put in front of your face, how many times you get told this is how much better things could be, how much better your life could be. You say, oh, it doesn't matter. You're wrong. I don't care. I like it the way it is. How can anybody like it the way it is right now? How can anybody look at what's going on right now, even across Canada with the trade deal, with Trump, with Carney, with them lacking in every department, with its special projects office with nothing green lit, a prime minister who's been going for a year and a half and doing nothing and saying, oh, this is good, this is fine, I like this, I want to continue more, please. If you don't understand basic economics,
fell off a cliff.
If you don't understand basic economics, if you don't understand how the friggin' world works, if you just want to import the third world, move to a third world country, move to China, or move to Toronto where you can experience that shithole every single day of your life, and stop whining that you've got the numbers and that you think you can beat us out, because the fact of the matter is, Albertans have had enough. Albertans can do better. We're taking back control, and we're taking it back from you woke retards that don't understand how an economy works. And we're going to run Alberta into the stratosphere. It's going to be one of the richest countries in the world. And all of you that want to whine, we will happily help you pack your stuff when we get ready to leave. When the negotiations are going on, we'll get the U-Hauls, we'll bring them to your house, you can move all your furniture in there, and you can get the hell out and make room for real patriots who actually want a better life. Get out of Alberta. This is your warning. Get out. You're not wanted here. We want freedom-loving patriots. People who want to work with the United States, people who want a relationship with the United States, people who buy American products, people who are willing to ship their goods to the United States and have a good trading partnership, people who treat other people with respect. And I'll tell you another thing we're not going to do. We're going to tell you flat out, men can't get pregnant, okay? Women are women, men are men. You don't go in other bathrooms. You don't do anything weird with kids. You don't indoctrinate them or shift their brains. You don't scramble them at a young age.
We're getting
take all that woke shit. I don't care. Take all that shit and move it out of here. Get it out. And people say, "Oh, you're such radicalized people. You're so full of hate." No, we just want normal lives. Do you ever understand that that's all we're asking for? A normal friggin' life. I want to go to work.
30 years
I want to pay
ago,
my bills.
The three of us. 30 years ago, the three of us would have been called liberals in the 90s.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yep. And what people don't look into with all this stuff with the kids, it's the pharmaceutical companies that are benefiting from this. It was the whole thing in COVID. It was the whole thing now with the kids. They've just moved on to a new grift. Oh, we can't push the boosters anymore. Let's tell kids to chop off their bits. It'll make us rich.
You know how much
and they're the ones that have
surgeries?
Oh, yeah. And they're the ones who have to live with the aftermath, not the doctors, not the pharmaceutical companies, not the teachers who poison their minds. And meanwhile, we're told, oh, you should be grateful that your government bends you over a barrel and takes 60% of your checks. You should be happy that you live in poverty and that you live in a free country. What part of it is free? Tell me that, Laurel. Tell me what part of that is fucking free. Tell me how I'm supposed to look my kids in the eyes and say, it's okay. When you're an adult, houses will cost $3 million and you'll never be able to afford one. And the only landlords you'll ever have are East Indian because they come over here, they get free money, and they're allowed to invest in all the property they want. They're allowed to have the things they never built. They're allowed to have everything in this country and all the opportunities. They're allowed to pump out kids like a bunny factory. And we're just told to shut up and keep paying. That's not my idea of a good life or a fun time. We're leaving. We're done. And if you don't think we have the numbers, go stick your head back in the ground where it belongs and wait for October 20th. We're going. We are going.
I just had to try to at Laurel to see if she was still here. She's not here.
She's not here because she has no defense for the shit she spews.
No answer.
None. No answer. And that's the point, folks. They say, you don't have the numbers. Tell me how. I can't. We're all standing united. Give me a reason to stay. They can't.
No, you're right. And guys, we've talked about this before, that it's the status quo. People have become so complacent and so dug in with what is normal. And, they're like, oh, well, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse, or it could be a whole lot better. We're in a really, we're not doing well as a country. If you just look at the debt, for instance, if you go in 2015, our debt was half of what we're now, and we've got nothing better. We've got failing infrastructure. Our healthcare is on the brink of collapse. We've got people can't afford homes. People can't afford food. People are our food banks are, 2 million people a month go hit up a food bank. They're over capacity. We're screwed. And now they want to bring in more subsidized housing and more freaking government this and more government that. This is not how it's going to work.
Did you see what their latest panic is?
Oh, the grift? Yeah, let's go.
Yesterday, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith is confirming that online pro-separation influence campaigns with possible links to Russia are being amplified in the province.
I've been yelling at everybody about this online all day.
So now it's Russia.
I wish I
Russia.
was getting the Russian money they said I was.
Where's my rubles? Where's my rubles? Where's my rubles?
Did you get your rubles for the month, guys? I'm here right now. It's very popular in the independence movement. I mean, like,
no, comrade, no
so,
rubles for me.
They are.
What are you at?
Anybody who says, I see Forever Canada signs everywhere, I'm so worried about October 19th, keep up the pressure. You have to go and vote. And tell everyone you know that if they care about the future of this province, to get off their ass and go and vote. It's not safe until we win the vote. But you now have them shitting their pants so hard that they're blaming Russia. That's when you know you've hit bottom of the barrel.
They did the same thing with the convoy. They tried to blame it on
Hillary. They did the same thing with Hillary. Oh, it's Russia. No Russia collusion.
I mean,
that's their breaking point. Is with nothing left, blame Russia.
That's how you know we're winning, people.
Yeah. Every modern nation, US, Russia, China, our own government, they probably all have their fingers in this to various levels, pushing it this way and that way according to their own agendas. But that's what they all do all the time, all around the world. It's not like this is unique. They all have cyber divisions. They all put their fingers into things. But to say that we are somehow, to say that we are somehow funded or spearheaded by any of this is absolute nonsense. Once again, I wish I was getting Russian money. I'm broke.
Yeah.
Seems like Canada's part UK, part California, and on its way to being part China. All China by the looks of it. Brenda, good luck going towards a hoodie winner. There you go. Thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. Nilok with the $10. Here's another 10. The movement's growing. I've had people who doubted it before and said we couldn't get out recently start calling and asking where we are with it. People are coming around every day. I said this when I told you that I was in touch with a family member who usually votes for the NDP. They're very left leaning.
Gross.
That said, we're voting to send Ottawa a message on October 19th because our lives aren't better than they were 5 years ago. Our lives aren't going to be better 5 years from now if we don't stand up and say something. These are people who sympathize with an NDP Liberal government telling you they don't see a future in this country. People need to get their heads out of their asses and start listening to that when they say, we're standing with unity. Unity for what? You have a bunch of government pigs telling you to stand alongside them in solidarity so that they can keep taking your tax dollars, so that they can keep lynching you dry every 2 weeks when you get your paycheck, and you're supposed to smile like a donut and like it. It's not happening anymore. Like they're literally telling you, Pierre Poilievre, Mark Carney, Jason Kenney, all of them, Danielle Smith, Naheed Nenshi, Thomas Lakazik, they're all telling you, look, we don't want the gravy train to stop, so stand with us so that we can keep getting the benefits from a fully functioning country. Tell them they're cut off.
Yeah,
enough is enough.
It's bad enough they call us traitors, but how many of them do we have in the House of Commons? Where's the investigation on that? How many of them have been bought and paid for by countries like, China and Middle Eastern countries and India and stuff like that?
Well,
Kenneth,
we know a bunch of them, but they won't tell us who.
Member for 6 months. Check, buy me a coffee, 100 USD cent. Thank you. Okay, we're giving away a hoodie. We're giving away a hoodie.
That's real money, baby.
That's like
Alberta independence.
That's like $3,000 Canadian.
So
Thank you,
many
Kenneth.
Canadian pesos.
Alberta independence with a $10 First Nation citizen. Not only did I sign, but I delivered door knockers and took signatures in the winter. Laurel, we're leaving. We're taking every beautiful part of Alberta with us. There you go. First Nations are saying it themselves. Shove it.
And Laurel,
they don't want the corrupt chiefs anymore. They don't want their corrupt chiefs anymore. The corrupt chiefs are just as bad as the government. It's the reason their reservations are in as much trouble as they are. And most of those people, most of those chiefs don't even live on the reserves. They just stand outside and tell everybody how they're going to live, just like the government. They all need to be put in check and told the gravy train has stopped. It's left the station. It's gone. It's not coming back. Persona non grata, excommunicado. Panita with the $5. Every province becomes its own country. We run it like Europe, make a Canadian union, except Alberta doesn't join. We become the Poland of Canada. I'm all for that. Yes, let's do that.
I almost want to play that video of that guy again from Monday, but I have to go find it because that guy's awesome.
Steve Jensen, the Forever El Buzos. I like that one. That's a good one. Thank you, Steve. Carney, the $2. Liberals are more MAGA than anyone. Absolutely, they are. Eliasie, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly. $20. Elias EE. LFG, baby. I'm with it. Greg with a $7. We hit 1K likes for the first time in an hour. Let's get to $500 for a lucky winner in that hoodie. If I win, will not redeem it. Love the rants. Well, if you're not going to redeem it, then why would you want it? Greg.
He could just pay it forward. I'm sure Greg's got some hoodies too.
Yeah. Carson with a $5 new shirt idea. Albertans want common sense, not communism. That's a good one. I'll look into it. Humble Hungarian, $5 super FAFO Canada. Remember, you brought this on yourself. We will be free. We will be independent. Thank you. I agree. Carney, the $5. 25 years ago, young boys cut me. 25 years ago, young boys cut the muffler off their cars. And now it's their ding dongs. Yep.
Yeah.
It's all about the
Real Steve Jensen. $5 super. I've had 3 different people come to the whistle stop today wanting to know more. People are waking up. The country's screwed. Real interest is growing. We're in a good spot, boys.
Details of the trade agreement from our side finally come out. People are going to be like, holy.
Did we ever
and again, keep that in mind, folks. Canada won't disclose what's in that deal yet. And people say, well, they might do it tomorrow. If they had a good deal, they would have done it today.
Yeah, they're having meetings right now for damage crisis mode. It's gonna be a flop. Everybody knows this.
David Warner, snip. I just cut up the ATM card to bad mark. Well, good job, I guess. Snow with the $5. Don't forget, 12 months went to exhume Kamloops. The tribe took the money and said, nah. Well, they claim they talked to the spirits. 12 million, not 12 months.
They don't need to dig.
We don't need to actually provide proof.
What's a shovel?
We talk to the spirits.
$28, like a decent one, like $28, $35, you know?
Yeah.
A whole lot of shovels for $12 million.
Mr. Alberta, gotta love him in the chat. Liberals believe Trump is all powerful, all knowing, and behind everything. They worship him by calling his name daily. They believe he is a god. That's kind of how they behave, but no, Orange Man bad. Right?
God Emperor Trump.
I still love the fact we have a superhero. I mean, like Mr. Alberta, you're a real solid patriot. I mean, the world needs more Mr. Alberta.
They do. I got to. I got to go with that.
I guess it's time to spin the wheel. Did we hit it for the hoodie?
Not yet. We got 8 minutes. Let's do a little bit of Q&A and then we'll do the giveaway. Let's do the Q&A. Guys, if you got any Q&A, throw it in the chat.
Spirits use cell phones.
Yes, they do. Mr. Alberta says, I'm here to serve. I love it. Just kneel before Zod. That's all you got to do.
Son of Jor-El.
Yeah, here, Peter's got a good point. There's no deal until the papers are signed. Carney's just blowing smoke and delaying. We'll see, I guess. We'll see. Here's your question.
72 hours.
Do you think Keystone will hurt the independence movement? Smith and Carney will take credit, and so will the SFA cult. I don't think it'll hurt Alberta independence. No.
Trump's already taken the credit. Did you see the meme he posted?
Yeah.
Of him resurrecting it out of the ground. I'm like,
we used it. We used it in today's.
It's him.
We used it in today's thumbnail. It was this is an American Alberta deal. It's not that Carney negotiated. If Carney wanted Keystone, he would have been talking about it months ago. We know that Danielle Smith went down to Mar-a-Lago back when Trump was first inaugurated. And she said she'd mentioned Keystone. But, when I sat in Danielle's office last November, I asked her about Keystone, and she just says, maybe one day. Okay, it wasn't a priority for these guys. This was a priority for America. They want the oil. It's not Canada. Canada didn't do a deal. I don't think it'll hurt independence at all. If anything, it just gives Alberta more motivation to leave because that's more money coming into our pockets. We could be the next Dubai.
Yeah, the last thing we want is Keystone approved and pumping oil out, and then Ottawa siphons half the money off of it.
Panina, we can't ask that. Don't waste your money.
I don't even know what it means.
He's asking if you're a British cigarette.
Oh, yeah. No, he's just a beta.
Carney, the $5. It's the foot soldiers of independence that are the real heroes. Absolutely, they are.
The people that went out there and petitioned, the people that are going to the rallies. I was driving down 170th in Edmonton today, and there was a bunch of pro-Alberta people just hanging out there, waving flags down a busy street. I stopped off and said hi to a couple of them. They were there just showing the message, having conversations with people. I'm like, this is beautiful. Yeah. This is the good stuff. These are the people that are out there. These are people that are taking the risks by just exposing themselves, by saying, hey, this is what I stand for, and this is what we've talked about on all the shows. Guys, you can't be afraid. You got to get out there. You got to put up a flag. You got to get a sign, talk about it on social media, and show your support. Because the more bravery you guys show in pushing the movement forward, the more people will come to our side. We are not a fringe minority. At this point, I truly do believe we are the majority. Just we're kind of a silent majority. So I say, screw it. Get out there, be loud and proud, and shove it in people's faces.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to talk about it. KG, question, when we're free this spring, how big will the party be, and how much defense spending will we have the next month? I think we'll be too busy partying for a month to think about defense spending. It's going to be, look, we're going to have a massive party. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Going to be a lot of things going on in Alberta. We're going to be talking about borders. I will start building the wall. As soon as the referendum goes through, I'll be at the border building the wall, and we'll have a big, beautiful door. And the only way you're coming into Alberta is legally. It's going to be wonderful.
That's how we'll do it. We'll have the party at the border, and we'll be building the wall. We'll get some of the Heterite boys.
I'll go out there with those big, huge the Duplo blocks or whatever, and I'll start stacking them on the highway. People will be like, "What are you doing?" I'm getting started. Damn it!
I saw somebody post earlier, and yeah, look at the date. It is literally 2 months from today is the vote. It's the 19th.
Copper's amazing. You got to admit, Trump is friggin' hilarious. He's wonderful, isn't he? He's one of the funniest guys. He's got a good sense of humor. Grumpy Albertan $5 super question. Everything I watched today in fake news, they're still saying different deals. So no deal again. Yeah. Well, so Trump paused for 3 days, 72 hours, so they could iron out the deals. If Carney, now we read at the beginning of the stream how Carney said he has to get the premiers on board. So this could be another stall tactic for Carney to say, oh, we couldn't get them on board. They didn't like Trump's terms. Orange man bad. You never know until it's signed, guys. And that's what my father always used to tell me. Nothing's official till you get it in writing. So until it's signed, I guess we wait and see when the announcement is. Nilok, $2. Wouldn't be shocked if Carney gave him ownership. Okay. As long as it's with Alberta. Steve Jensen, U.S. needs Alberta's strategic oil reserves going down. Yeah.
We are the U.S. strategic oil reserve at this point.
Paniner says Paniner makes my whole week. I'm glad. Thank you for the $2.
Allow myself to make myself.
It's actually kind of weird how many conversations we have about Paniner outside of the show. And I'm looking forward to the day
always say the most ridiculous shit. Or like
Paniner and OAO. Yeah.
X, and I have 30 notifications in my X because he's been sending me reels all night.
I've met OAO in person. Normal guy. Paniner?
Yeah.
We're that'll be an interesting one whenever that happens.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. We got a shirt and a hoodie. Shirt and a hoodie to give away tonight. God, you guys really nailed it tonight. This is a great stream. If we could do this 3 times a week, guys, God, you guys would be getting lots of free shit. The channel would be blossoming. It would be wonderful. Let's keep this going. Let's make this happen in every stream. I love giving stuff away.
Good viewer numbers too. I think we were up at 1,300 for a little bit.
Well, that's what getting the 1,000 likes by the 1 hour mark does, is it boosts us out in the algorithm. That's why we reward everybody for doing it. You guys are great. Let's go.
Like us. Except for Lee. Lee got a bunch of booze.
Man, fuck that guy.
Hang on.
He's minutes of fun, okay? Just relax.
That's what his wife said.
Daniel JM. Daniel JM. Is Daniel still in the chat? Matt, you can answer this while we're waiting for Daniel JM.
It is my real name. I'll just put it in the chat for you. I was cool enough to get my real name.
Daniel J.M.
I'm going to dox myself.
We got to wait for Daniel J.M. And people were mad at the last show. People were mad in the last show because we called somebody and they're like, oh, they were out taking a dump. You should have given them more time. We gave a lot of time.
Don't go take a dump during the giveaway.
Bring your phone with you like everyone else does. Jeez.
Daniel.
Oh, right there.
Oh, is he here? He's here. Daniel J.M., congratulations. You are tonight's winner of our t-shirt giveaway. So head over to the shop. You've won yourself the Alberta Can Do Better shirt. Pick your color, pick your size. Send me an email. I'll have the email address for you when we do our hoodie draw. So bear with me here for a minute. Send me all your shipping information, including a phone number. We do delete those. It's for the shipping company. Yeah, size, full shipping information within 24 hours. If I don't get it within 24 hours, I have to redraw. But you've won a t-shirt. I'll have the email address for you in 1 second. Let's do our hoodie giveaway. Let's go. I accidentally closed the wheel. Hold on. I accidentally closed the wheel. Hold on.
Never closed the wheel.
Or no, I closed the wheel. I mean,
you broke the wheel.
I'm gonna come.
Is it Leanne Connors? Leanne Connors?
Put it in the chat.
It just flashes on screen. I can't copy and paste.
Oh, okay.
It's Lynanne, I believe. Leanne Connors? Leanne? I don't know if it's pronounced Leanne. There she is. There it is. Oh, you took it off the screen. Congratulations. You've won our hoodie tonight. You have won the first hoodie giveaway since we started the three-tier deal. Head over to the shop. Pick out one of our hoodies. We have a women's hoodie. You can also pick a women's tank top if you want that, or women's t-shirt. I'll allow any of the three because the hoodie is the top cost. So whatever one you want, pick a hoodie or one of those if you're female. I'm assuming female.
That's Lynn Ann Connors, by the way.
Lynn Ann Connors. Okay, Lynn Ann Connors. Go and pick a hoodie or other item of the Alberta Can Do Better. Pick out your color, your size, full shipping information. Both of you send me an email within 24 hours to unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com. Here it is up on the screen. Unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com within 24 hours with your full shipping information, the size, color, and a phone number. We need the phone number in case you're not home when they try to deliver. And I will get it ordered as soon as possible and shipped out to you immediately. Big shout out to tonight's winners. Congratulations. Again, if you don't message me within 24 hours, I must redraw. Carson with $5. How weak does Peen make? Okay, Carson, now your mind's in the gutter. I can't finish reading that, but thank you for the $5 super. A big shout out to all of our viewers tonight, and thank you to everybody who got the supers up, who got the likes up. We were able to give away a hoodie. I love giving back. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you to everybody for watching tonight and joining us on this live stream, as well as our newcomers. It was great to see newcomers in here. Hopefully you join me Friday with Mrs. Fringe. We'll have a lot more things to go over, memes. We'll probably have the details of the trade deal. A lot of great things to talk about, so stick with us. Join me tomorrow for all the great content dropping here on the channel from myself, Mike, and Matt, and everybody at Unacceptable Fringe. Guys, have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. We'll catch you on the next one.
Share the show, comment, and like.